To talk more about that, we're joined by Startup Nation Central's VP of Innovation, Yariv Becher. Thank you very much for being with us. So tell us about the event. How did it go? Was it a success?
Well, thank you, Laura. So I'm actually now in Manama in Bahrain. The event that we held was last week in our offices in Israel. We brought together a group of 15 Israeli tech companies together with the Bahraini Embassy, the EDB, the Economic Development Board of Bahrain, and the UAE Tech Zone, which is a community of entrepreneurs. We brought them together to show the opportunities that there are in Bahrain that could be relevant for certain Israeli companies. And it was a successful event. We saw a lot of engagement, a lot of questions from the Israeli companies, really to understand what is the offering that the Bahrainians offer Israeli companies. And I have to say that the eagerness, the flexibility, the willingness to stand up to the challenge from the Bahraini side to address whatever Israeli companies are looking for was quite encouraging and welcoming.
So tell us, why Bahrain? What does the country have to offer Israeli startups?
So Bahrain is located in a geographical location that is very interesting for companies that are looking to expand both here in the region, eyeing countries that perhaps it's not so easy to work with directly from Israel, but also if they want to address the Eastern market, going east towards Asia. And the location here, 2.5 hours from Israel, is very strategic for them.
What's in it for Bahrain then? How do they benefit from contact with Israeli startups?
The Bahraini government really wants to encourage the promotion, the creation of an innovation ecosystem. And they understand that Israeli activity of tech companies here could have a spillover effect, could help them create a flourishing innovation ecosystem. And they're quite eager to see that.
What kind of businesses and sectors are we talking about specifically?
So the Bahraini government has a very ambitious strategic plan to transform the economy, and they're focusing on 5 different sectors, from fintech to manufacturing, travel and tourism, logistics, and ICT. So these are the main areas that could be relevant. And as well, healthcare is something that we also talked about in the event last week. And there's also already collaboration between Bahrain and Maccabi Health Services. So healthcare is another area to focus on. So quite a few opportunities.
Now, the annual trade between Israel and the UAE is, according to some forecasts, going to reach $10 billion annually. What kind of levels are we talking about with Bahrain? Not on that scale, I would imagine.
None on that scale. Bahrain is, of course, smaller than the UAE. But I think that we have seen some investments coming from Bahrain to Israel, and I think that we're going to see more FDI, more foreign direct investment from Israel to Bahrain. And we're going to see trade numbers grow, probably the same trend, if not the same volume as the UAE.
All right, well, sounds like an exciting project. Thank you very much indeed, Yariv Becher.
Thank you very much.